Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about I've off it. Today we'll be talking about the processes on how to apply for the Australia Award and the Rhodes Scholarship. That's what we're looking at today. The Australia Award and the Rhodes Scholarship. So we'll be sharing tips on how to apply for this scholarship. So we're starting with the Australia Award. The Australia Award is closing on the 30th of April, and you can get a bachelor's degree scholarship, a master's degree scholarship, or a PhD, depending on which one you're applying for. So it's closing on the 30th of April. And one of the requirements is that you must be up to that, up to so there's an age there. I'm coming, let me confirm the age. Either 18 or 19, you must be up to that age.
Jennifer, can you move? I need to take some clothes off. Thank you.
So give me some seconds. Let me get the exact age. I don't want to say it off heart. Okay, so the Australia Award, you must be a minimum of 18 years before you can apply. So there is no upper age limit. No matter your age, you can apply. Then another criteria is that you are not supposed to apply for a level that is below what you have achieved. For example, if I already have a BSc, I cannot go and apply for another BSc. I have to apply for the higher level, masters. Then if I have a master's already, I cannot apply for masters. I'll apply for PhD. That is it. Then another requirement is that you must be a resident. There are some countries that are eligible. So you must be a citizen and be living in those eligible countries. So in Asia, the countries that are eligible are Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Laos, Maldives, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Timor-Leste, and Vietnam. These are the countries that are eligible in Asia. In Pacific, the eligible countries are the Federal States of Micronesia, Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Nauru, Papua New Guinea, Republic of Palau, Samoa, Solomon Island, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, Wallis, and Futuna. So these are the countries that are eligible in the Pacific. Then in Africa, the eligible countries are Botswana, Ghana, Kenya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Nigeria, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zambia. These are the countries that are eligible in Africa. So those of us that are from Nigeria, we are very lucky. Nigeria is among the eligible countries. And not only that Nigeria is among, you must be living in Nigeria. Then in the Middle East, the Palestinian and territories, they are eligible. So if you're from Nigeria, you must be living in Nigeria. You must be at least 18 years. At least 18 years. Now, what are the benefits of the Australia Award Scholarship? It's going to pay your full tuition fee, your return air travel, that is your flight to and fro. It's going to give you an establishment allowance. So this money is a one-time payment that you will get. You're going to use it to contribute towards your accommodation, textbooks, and other materials. They call it establishment allowance. Then they'll give you contribution towards your living expenses. The last time I tried to apply to Australia Award, I think their stipend then, it was more than 2,000 Australian dollars, I think. I've forgotten. So they're giving you monthly allowance. But how they pay their allowance there in Australia, they pay it bi-weekly. So they pay it every fortnight. Then your student health insurance is covered. If you are going to take a pre-course in English, they will pay for it. You take the course. Then other supplementary academic support. For those that are doing research, course or masters by research, if you have any field trip to attend for your research, they are going to pay for everything as well. What are the courses you are going to select? There is a document, so I'm trying to go through it. Remember, you can either apply for bachelor's, master's, or PhD. They also have masters by research. They have masters by research there. Masters by research, most of them are 2 years. Then if you are applying for PhD, yeah, Priska, good evening. If you're applying for a PhD, you must show your PhD proposal. You're going to write a PhD proposal if you're applying for PhD. And this course, if you finish it, you are going back to your country. If you finish it, you are going back to your country. So when you check the website, when you start your application, when you check the website, you will see instructions on how to select the courses. And I think it's a separate form for the Africa own. I just saw it this year. I don't know if it was like that the time I applied. The time I applied, I only saw the Australia Award Scholarship link. But this year, I saw the one they said Australia Award Africa. So you have to check it very well to know exactly which one you are applying for. If they have done it separately, maybe by continent, then you have to choose the one of Africa if you're from Africa. Then there is a link in the website where you will see all the eligible schools and the eligible courses. Then you go through it and know the ones you are going to select. Most of the time, the Australia Award, they will require that you provide an English language test. So most of the time, when I applied, it was one of the requirements, though I didn't put the English language test. So it's one of the requirements. If you have a way you can go through that, the English language test, then for your references, you will get a form. You will give the form to your referrer. Your referrer will fill the form and stamp it with their official stamp. That's one of the criteria. The person will fill the form, sign it, and stamp it with official stamp. If your reference is not signed and stamped, it's going to make you not to be eligible. So then the courses you are going to select, like I said, is in the website. When you start your application, you will see where all the eligible courses are. So you don't go and select a course that is not eligible. I just have a little challenge with this Australia one because their website is not working. I've been trying to get the application questions, but the website was not opening for some days now. So, but at least we still have luck. It's still on the 30th of April. The deadline is still on 30th of April. So we still have some time. So if I can get the webs and the questions, I may still have another training where I'll talk about the questions. But now I don't have the questions at hand now. So when you go through their website, there are some documents, about two of them. One is 148 pages. So download it and read through all the instructions. Read through all the instructions and see all the eligibility criteria. If you are already doing your masters, you are not eligible to apply for the masters. What you can apply for is a PhD. If you are already doing your BSc, you cannot apply for a BSc again. What you apply for is a master's. Okay, so for the English language test, you must have IELTS score of 6.5. That's what you must have, the 6.5. Then for those that are writing internet-based tests of English language, you must have within 10 points. Then for those that are doing the PTE academic, you must have 7 points. If you are doing the IELTS, you must have 6.5. So they say that any awardee who does not meet the institution requirements may be required to take a funded pre-English language course. So like I said, there is a pre-English language course, but they are going to pay for you. Like if you do not meet the eligibility for the English language of the institution, they are going to pay for you to write the text. That's if they have already selected you for the scholarship, they will pay for you to write the text. So what are the type of courses that are eligible under this scholarship? So they say it depends on your home country government or the policy of the Australia Award Scholarship. So there are different types of courses that are eligible. Vocational education and training courses like VET, vocational education and training. Courses like that are eligible for the scholarship. Bachelor's degree, which is undergraduate courses, are also eligible for the scholarship. Master's degree are eligible for the scholarship. Doctorate degree are eligible for the scholarship. If you have already started your studies in Australia, then you're not going to get the scholarship. So you have to apply fresh for it. The bachelor's degree in Australia is 4 years. The master's, you have the one of 1 year, a maximum of 2 years. That's for those that are doing masters by research. Then the PhD in Australia is 4 years. The PhD. So that's all for now. We are going to be talking about the Rhodes Scholarship. Make sure you go to the website. Like I said, the website is down, so I couldn't get the questions. So I'm not able to talk about the questions today. Make sure you go through the document in the website, download it and read through, understand everything that you need to bring. The deadline for the Australia Award is 30th of April. Then for the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. So we're going to talk about the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. So this scholarship now, the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship, it's more like it's looking at leadership, like more of leadership. If you have done leadership, community service, all these things, these are the kind of scholarship you'll be looking at applying. So they look more about on your leadership experience, everything you've done as a leader. Your academic journey is also important, but you must demonstrate adequate leadership experience. So the deadline for the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship is on the 17th of April. Today is 6, so we have just 11 days left for the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. So this scholarship will give you is fully funded to South Africa. You're going to be placed in any South African university of your choice that you select. So you have to go through the website as well. And it's for 2 years. So it covers either if you're doing a master's of 1 year, it covers it. If you're doing the one of 2 years, it covers it. So you are paying your tuition fee, registration fee, study allowance, research, medical aid, meals, personal allowance, economy travel, like your flight from your country to South Africa and back to your country at the end of your studies. So before you apply for Mandela Rhodes Scholarship, you must be between the ages of 19 and 29 by January 1. Udo, good evening. By January 1, 2026, you must have gotten your undergraduate degree and you must have above 70% or an upper second class, like second class, how do we call it? Second class upper. So if you're applying for Mandela Rhodes, either you have a distinction or second class upper. If you have second class lower, then you are not eligible for it. And your undergraduate degree must have gotten it by January 1, 2026. You must be between the ages of 19 and 29. And this scholarship is only for your masters, either 1 year masters or 2 year masters. Who are they looking for? They are looking for leaders who aspire to the principles below and who have demonstrated the potential to live them out. So look at the principles they want to see that you have these qualities. So if you're applying, you have to show that you have these qualities. You show it through your writing, when you're writing your personal statement, or if there's another question, you have to demonstrate these principles. Number one is leadership. Remember that Nelson Mandela is a leader, right? And this scholarship is, they said, is Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. So you have to demonstrate leadership. So do you aspire to be a visionary leader who has moral authority? Do you see leadership as more than just personal ambition, as a way to pursue the advancement of equality and freedom, human rights and human dignity? And do you want to guide and inspire others to reach their full potential? If you answer yes to these questions, then this scholarship is for you. The next quality they need is reconciliation. Do you believe that reconciliation combined with reparation is the key to harnessing an imperfect past to develop a more just world? And are you prepared to start the process by looking at your own inner landscape? So if you have that spirit of reconciliation in you, this is also for you. All these things are the things, the criteria. If you are writing your essay, you point them out. In your write-up, you point them out. Education. Now, it's not just about leadership. You also have to have academic excellence. Do you have excellent academic results, but believe that your education should not only benefit you, but also make a difference for others? And do you agree that intellectual excellence must be accompanied by character and a rounded personality? If your answer is yes, this scholarship is for you. Entrepreneurship. Do you want to see Africa take its rightful place as an equal and competitive presence in the global world? Have you demonstrated individual effort, innovation, and creativity to this end? This scholarship is for you. When I tell people, start your organization, you will not hear. You want scholarship, look at it, they are talking of entrepreneurship. Imagine if you have leadership, you have education, you have reconciliation, and you do not have entrepreneurship experience, then you may end up losing it. You have to demonstrate that you have these four qualities: leadership, reconciliation, education, entrepreneurship. You have to demonstrate that you have all of them. If you have not watched my previous videos, when I talked about how you can start up your initiative, where I talked about volunteering and other things, when I did the scholarship bootcamp, during the time I talked about CV, I talked about several things that you need to do to make your CV to be rich. If you have not watched those videos, you go back and watch it. Also, if you have not gotten your own book about all those trainings I did, you can order for your own as well. So if you answer yes to all these questions, then you are eligible to apply for the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship. Remember that this scholarship is fully funded. And one good thing about the scholarship is that they will sponsor your flight to South Africa for the interview. They will fly you to South Africa to do the interview. So even if you reach interview stage, you did not end up getting it, at least you have gone to South Africa, you have enjoyed yourself small. They will pay your tuition fee. They will give you study material allowance, money that you will use to get your study material. They will give you accommodation. They will feed you. They will give you allowance, monthly allowance, pay your insurance, personal allowance. Allowance is too much here. Research and conference grant. That is if you are having any conference to attend. So what are the things that the scholarship does not cover? The scholarship is not going to, okay, the scholarship does not pay for your application fee for universities or for accreditation of your existing degree. So if you're applying to the university, maybe the South African university that you select, this scholarship will not pay your application fee to that university. So you have to do that yourself. Some of the South African universities, they need application fee, most of them. So if you are going to do that, then you do it by yourself. So how do they pay the allowance? All these allowance that I mentioned, feeding, study material, travel, blah, 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 blah. How are they going to pay it? They will pay it twice in a year. And you're going to provide a proof of registration in the beginning of the year and a progress report from your university 2 weeks after your second semester. So first semester they will pay, then the next semester you provide progress report. They will see that you are doing well. It's not when they sponsor you, you go there and you misbehave, you will not be doing well. They will withdraw your sponsorship. So some of these scholarships are like that, because they selected you on the basis of your academic excellence, your leadership, reconciliation, and all those. So if you go there and you do not continue with your academic excellence, you may end up losing the scholarship. Then they are paying your tuition and registration fee directly to the university. Other allowances, they're paying it to you. If you are owing any money, maybe you collected loan or whatever, that one does not concern them, because they're paying for every other thing for you. Your visa is your responsibility. You are going to pay your visa by yourself. You are going to pay for everything concerning your visa by yourself. So you know that South Africa, they used to misbehave. So once you get it, you have to start earlier. I know some of my friends that got trip to South Africa, they were denied of their visa. So you have to do it earlier, so you don't have issues with the visa. So if you are shortlisted for an interview, like I said, they are going to fly you to South Africa for your interview. They are not going to pay for your travel documents like your passport. If you're on this call, I assume you want to get a scholarship, so you should start processing your passport now. I started my own in 2023, my passport. I started doing it in 2022. But when I got the scholarship was 2024. So you have to start your passport application now. Then for you to apply, you log into the application platform, upload your documents and your essay. Then the 3 people who will write your recommendation letter, remember, 3 recommenders. I'm going to do another training about recommendation letter, because I've seen some people's recommendation letter and it's just rubbish. Like you're writing recommendation letter for a prestigious scholarship and you're saying to whom it may concern. I mean, you're not serious. Who is to whom it may concern? You're not serious. It's lazy man's approach. That's a generic recommendation letter. If your recommendation letter is bearing to whom it may concern, that means your name is sorry, because you're not serious. You cannot write recommendation letter and write to whom it may concern. You have to write recommendation letter for each application you are doing. You tell your recommender the address of that scholarship will be there. The address will be there. If you are addressing the recommendation to the selection committee, so scholarship, you write everything. The date will be recent, not old dates, like maybe 2022, and you're using it to apply for scholarship in 2024 or 2025. No, the date will be a recent date, and the scholarship, in the body of the essay, it will mention things that align with that particular scholarship. So you tell your recommenders this is how it should be done. Like I said, I'm going to talk about recommendation letter in another session. But for those that are already in the mentorship group, you'll be getting all the necessary support, including your application, essay review, one-on-one guidance on how you can apply very well. Your recommendation letters, I'll be reviewing everything. Your recommendation letter, I'll be reviewing your essays. I'll make sure that everything you're writing is perfectly okay for you to get. For those that have not joined the mentorship, you are doing yourself. Check our advertisement in this YouTube channel, the YouTube post. You see all the details about the mentorship. If you want to join the exclusive mentorship, you'll be paying 30 pound sorry $30 every month to get access to both trainings on scholarship, grants, CV revamp, business idea development, research, research, publications, scholarships, everything is comprehensive, the exclusive mentorship. If you are paying at once, you're paying 75 USD for the 3 months. For those that want to join only the grant writing, you are just paying 12 USD every month and 30 USD for the 3 months. We also have the prices in Naira. So if you have not checked the post, check the post. Make sure you try and register and benefit from all these opportunities to ensure that you submit a very good application. A very good application. Like I said, those that are doing the exclusive mentorship, you get access how to start your business. Look at the scholarship, they need entrepreneurs as well. So sometimes it's not all about your academics. You need to show that you can do other things beyond your academics. You need to show that you can do other things. So you asked a question. Is there any opportunity to study one semester in a foreign country? I am student of bachelor in Pakistan. Okay, you can check. I don't know if you're in the WhatsApp group. You can also Google it. Some exchange programs. We call those things exchange programs. So Google it and see all the exchange programs that are available and know the ones you are going to join. So when is the application deadline? I'm seeing 21st of April here, and I'm seeing 17th of April in another website. So you need to confirm. I think the correct dates. Let me confirm which one is the correct date. I'm seeing 21st, I'm seeing 17th. I don't know which one to believe. Okay, the correct date is 21st of April. So it's closing. Okay, Onye, you saw 28th August. So you see, I don't know why bloggers are just giving different dates. These are the issues that bloggers are like. If there is one application, I missed the deadline because of bloggers. I saw the wrong date. I was working with that wrong date. I don't know it was the wrong date. So the correct date, I've confirmed. The correct date is 21st of April. That's the correct date. And your recommenders must have uploaded their recommendation by then before they will consider your application complete. So if you are doing deadline application like me, no do deadline o. If you are applying for Australia award, let me tell you what happened to me last year. I did not know that Australia time is like, I think 7 or 8 hours earlier than Nigeria time. I was still calculating time. Like the thing was so confusing. I checked online o, but the conversion, like when we are in, like we are still in 29th of April in Nigeria, but it was already 30th of April in Australia. So the deadline closed earlier. You have to check the time difference. If you see any deadline, check the time that they wrote there and check the time difference, the difference in the time zone, and know exactly. It may not be that same time in your country or where you are, so you don't miss out. That day I was so pained because I suffered trying to get recommendation, do all that. And remember that your recommendation must be stamped. That's for the Australia. So let me stop talking about it before I get myself confused. So the South Africa, there is what they call SAQA verification. For this particular scholarship, you don't need it to apply. But if you get through the second and third round, then you must apply and complete the SAQA verification of your qualification. That's what they do in South Africa. You must verify your certificate. It's just like, I don't know if it's the same thing as West. No, I don't think it's the same thing as West evaluation. But this one, like, it's just like to confirm that those documents, your certificates are authentic. So they will do the verification. And that thing, you have to pay for it. This foundation will not pay for it. So those are just the little things you pay. Ebube, sorry about that. So the little things you pay for, you do your verification, you pay your visa. Those are just very minor things compared to the benefit you get from the scholarship. You must be able to study in English. Remember that the Mandela Rhodes is just for masters, either 1 year or 2 year masters. You must be between 19 and 29 years old. Where are you going to study? You are studying in the South African universities listed here. Let me list out the universities in South Africa where you can study. AFDA, the School for Creative Economy. Cape Peninsula University of Technology. Durban University of Technology. Mangosuthu University of Technology. Monash University. Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University. Northwest University. Rhodes University. Tshwane University of Technology. University of Cape Town. University of Fort Hare. University of Free State. University of Johannesburg. University of KwaZulu Natal. University of Limpopo. University of Pretoria. University of Stellenbosch. University of Western Cape. University of the Witwatersrand. University of Venda. University of Zululand. Vaal University of Technology. Walter Sisulu University. These are the universities that are part of this program. So you must apply to one of the universities. Do I have to apply to universities before completing the form? This is a question. You must state, look at the answer, you must state what degree you are planning to study. You do not have to have applied or been accepted, but we highly recommend that you apply as soon as possible. If you do not get accepted into a South African university, you will not be accepted into the scholarship if you are awarded. Apply early and have multiple options in case you do not get accepted to your first choice. So what's this place saying? This place is very important. You have to start applying to the university as early as possible. Remember, you are paying your application fee to the university by yourself. So even if you did not apply to the university, you can still apply for the scholarship. But if you apply for the scholarship, go and apply to the university. Yeah, gracious, welcome. If you have not applied to the scholarship, so if you have not applied to the university and you apply to the scholarship first, there is no problem. But once you finish applying to the scholarship, make sure you apply to the university. Don't waste time. Make sure you apply to the university. There is one thing that happened to one of my friends. He applied for, is it Commonwealth Scholarship? You know that Commonwealth Scholarship, you have to apply to the Commonwealth and then apply to the school. My friend applied to Commonwealth Scholarship and he forgot to apply to the school. Like he applied 3 Commonwealth Scholarships. So he's supposed to apply to those 3 schools he selected. He forgot to apply to one. He only applied to 2 of the schools. And the one that he did not apply to was the one that they are now sending him email because they are interested in him. But unfortunately, he did not apply to that particular university. He forgot. So don't allow such a thing to happen to you. Okay, this one, he said this one is not for you. My age and the degree to be attained. No worries. So you can apply for the Australia. There is bachelor's, master's, PhD for the Australia. And remember, you must be living in that country you're applying for the Australia. So this one, the South Africa own, apply to the scholarship, apply to the university. You can apply to more than one university. So you're going to do the application by yourself. And you must get admission. So don't come and say, okay, because of the scholarship, you now put in more effort, write everything very well. And when you're applying to school, you do not put in any effort, they do not give you admission. That's fuck up. Even if scholarship select and you do not get admission, you're not going to get the scholarship. So make sure you have completed your bachelor's degree before you apply for your master's. And they say you must have completed by January. Do you need to have straight A's? They say you must have 70% and above, or a second class upper. You must also demonstrate leadership either in your campus or in your community. Is there an age limit? Between 19 and 29 years. As long as you are not up to 30 years, you are eligible. If you're an African and you are living any other place that is not in Africa, you are eligible. But you cannot study in your own country. It's only in South Africa that you're going to study. So the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship is for masters. They don't fund MBA. They don't fund MBA. They don't fund undergraduates. They don't fund PhD. Only masters. The scholarship is 2 years, maximum of 2 years. So your course must be either 1 year or 2 year course. And you're going to attend residential workshops and other development related stuffs. So let's check the timeline. It started on 17th of March and the deadline is on 21st of April. Look at the time, oh. Open your ear very well. The time that the thing is closing, the deadline, 21st April, 11:59 GMT plus 2. 11:59 GMT plus 2. GMT plus 2, those in Nigeria, I think it should be like 1 hour ahead or so. Confirm it, confirm the time. So if it is 11:59 GMT plus 2, it should be around maybe 10:59 in Nigeria or so. But confirm, don't use because of what I'm saying. No. I've not confirmed it, but make sure you confirm. By the end of June, you'll be notified whether you have progressed to stage 2 or not. By July, you'll be notified if you have progressed to stage 3. They have different stages of review. By August, you will know whether you are invited for interview or not, or if you have not been successful. So this kind of scholarship, some of them, they don't even give you rejection. I think when I applied to, I think Australia Award or so, they are supposed to shortlist people for interview by August. I did not hear anything. August passed. I don't even know whether they even gave me a rejection letter. So just keep this date in your mind. June, if you pass stage 1, they will notify you by June. Some scholarship, they notify only successful people when they are finished selecting before they will not give other people rejection. So June, they will notify you if you have passed stage 1, you are enter stage 2. July, they will notify you if you have entered stage 3. August, they will notify you if you have been invited for interview, which is the final round. Then in October, the final round interviews will be conducted in South Africa. So you'll be flown to South Africa and you're doing this interview in person. If you like, go and lie in your essay. If you finish lying, you go there and defend all those lies. So you better be truthful and honest. Then you have to secure acceptance to the university between October, December. Then in January, you travel to South Africa to start. So let's look at the essay. What are the essays that are involved in the Mandela Rhodes Scholarship? The first essay is a personal statement that contains the summary of your life story, why you are applying for the scholarship, as well as your vision for the future. Listen very well. The summary of your life story, why you are applying for the scholarship, your vision for the future. Everything is in 500 words. So I talked about personal statements on day 2 of the 5-day scholarship bootcamp. If you have not watched it, go to my website, this YouTube channel. You watch how to write your personal statement. If you need my own personal statement that got me the scholarship in UK, it's $5. You get it through either you send me a direct message or you get it through our online store. So I'm going to attach the link to that particular video. If you have not gotten your own, you go and get it. You see everything Someone was asking me if I already did a training on that, why will he have to get the book as well? I told him what I said in the training is not up to what is in the book. The training is like a summary of what is in the book, but it's not the details of what is in the book. So if you have not gotten your own, you better get it and hold it handy and see all the guidelines to make sure you write a strong personal statement. If you can sacrifice $5 to get the scholarship that will sponsor you to South Africa for 2 years, I don't think that will be a problem. There are some sacrifices that are worth making. There are some sacrifices because it's all about your future and not just this particular scholarship. If you have it, you have it for life. You are using it for every other thing you're applying for. Use it as a guideline to make sure that your personal statement stands out. Remember, personal statement is different from SOP, is different from motivation letter. I also talked about it, the differences during the day 3 of the 5-day scholarship bootcamp. So those that are in the paid mentorship, I'm going to give you guideline about the personal statement. I'll drop the document in the group. If you want to join the mentorship, check the post on this channel, the post I made. You'll see the different mentorship that are available. The one of exclusive mentorship, both grant writing and scholarship, and then just the grant writing, depending on your passion and your interest. You can choose any of them and apply for it. So this I have a sample of personal statement, but I'm not reading it here. I'm not sharing it here. It's for those that are in the paid mentorship that are going to get access to it. The next question: upload an essay that answers. Look at what your essay should answer. The World Economic Forum has identified polarization as one of the top 3 global challenges. Reconciliation and reparation is one of the Mandela Rhodes Foundation founding principle, which invites us to build bridges across divide and reflect on our shared humanity. Within this context, think of an individual or group of people who you've struggled to reconcile with personally and share what needs to shift within you to move towards reconciliation. You must limit your response to 750 words. So this essay is 750 words. They are just the 2 things that you need. Just the personal statement and the essay. The personal statement and the essay. So, like I said, I have drafted sample of how to answer the question, but I'm not reading it here. It's only for those that are in the mentorship group that are going to get access to that. And what are the other offerings in the mentorship? Those that are already in the mentorship, you write your application essay, your personal statement. I'll review it, give you feedback one-on-one, point out areas of improvement, tell you how to do it well to get it right. That's why you paid. So that's what you're going to get. For those that registered earlier, you're going to get a lot of benefits. Your CV, I'm going to review it for you, though it's not part of the agreement, but I'm going to review your CV to make sure that there is nothing that makes your application to fail. I'll review your CV. I'll review everything you are going to use for the application. We have 2 scholarships to apply for this month. So if you are very fast and smart enough, you should be able to meet up with these 2 scholarships, the Mandela Rhodes and the Australia Awards. Australia Awards, their website used to misbehave. You have to check it from time to time. Like today, I couldn't get the questions, but I think they have like 2 or 3 questions. Okay, someone asked how to join the class. Like I said, okay, you can send me a private message after this training. You can send me a private message. But when you check the post in this channel, not the live streams, like check all the channel, you see videos, live stream, shorts, posts. In the post, you will see where I advertised the mentorship. You will see the advert there. Then you can start from there. Or you can send me a DM. I'll explain everything to you. So for those in the mentorship class, your deadline, I'm giving you my own deadline. Your deadline to submit your write-up. Today is 6, right? your first draft, your deadline to submit it is on for the Mandela Rhodes. That's those that are applying for Mandela Rhodes. If you are still within that 19 and 29, then you should be applying for Mandela Rhodes. So your deadline to submit your first draft to me is on 10th of, okay, let me make it 12. On 12th of April. You should not pass 12. Submit your first draft to me. I will go through it and give you feedback and point out areas of improvement. Then you go back. So we are continuing like that, one on one. You are not submitting it to the group, you are sending it to me directly. So we are doing that until you get it right. When you get it right, then I'll tell you are good to go. Remember, the final deadline is 21st. And me, I have more than, I think, 5 or 6 assignments that are closing within this time range. So you have to help me too. Don't stress me. If I say 12, submit it by 12. Let it not pass 12. If I say 12th, submit it by 12th. Make it no pass 12, I beg. Then for the Australia Award, your deadline to submit your first draft for the Australia Award. I want to finalize everything concerning the Rhodes Scholarship by at least by 20th, because, sorry, not 20th, or latest 20th, but it should not pass 20th because the deadline is 21st. So when you submit it by 12th, I'll review it and give you feedback, guide you through all the processes until you get it right, then you submit. So if you are doing both the Australia Award and the Rhodes Scholarship, once you submit, it's better you start early. Once you submit, you start your Australia Award, you start the application process and the essays. And then the deadline for those that are doing only Australia Award, because some people have already passed the age limit, so they won't be applying for the Mandela Rhodes. Those that are applying for only the Australia Award, your first deadline is on 15th of April. That's your first deadline. It's closing on 30th of April. And 30th of April in Nigeria maybe 1st of May in Australia. So you have to just have 29th April in your mind if you're in Nigeria, because that thing happened to me. I thought we are still in 30th April. I don't know Australia's enter 1st of May. So if you're in Nigeria, just assume that the deadline is 29th of April, because 29th April in Nigeria is already 30th in Australia because of the time difference. The time difference is so long, like almost 15 hours or so. It's a very long difference. It's not a short time difference. So it's almost a day difference. So you have to do it earlier. The deadline, those that are doing only Australia Award, the deadline to submit your first draft is on 15th of April. You submit it to me, I'll give feedback, guide you through all the processes. Your references, the reference must be stamped and signed. If you are not in good terms with your lecturer, maybe you are still in school, better go and make friends with your lecturers, because you go reach scholarship time, you will need them. Someone was asking me, how did you manage to get recommenders for all the 40-something scholarships you apply for? It's because I'm in good terms with my lecturer. I can call him anytime and he will answer me. Sometimes I used to pity him because the way I'm disturbing him. I remember there was the one I used to message him in the middle of the night. If he did not reply the message, I will flash him. He's married, he has children. Well, I mean, I was desperate at that point because that thing is closing and he has been so busy. But why am I able to call him like that? It's because of the relationship we had already. We are already friends from when I was in school. He even invited me to his house. I've gone to his house. I've seen his children. I've seen his wife. I'm even friends with the wife. So, I mean, that was that closeness that I established that made me to have the guts to call him by that time of the night. So, I think the other day he joined my WhatsApp group. I introduced him as my mentor in the group. I did not go in details of everything. And he's already a PhD holder and a lecturer. I mean, and he said, okay, give me your group link. Let me join your WhatsApp group. Can you imagine my boss is joining my WhatsApp group? That's a privilege to show you how close we are. So you have to be friends with your lecturer. That's one thing you need, because some scholarships need 3 recommenders. Imagine if you do not have 3 people, how will I go give? Like, like this. And I know that I have how many lecturers? I have so many lecturers I want to contact for recommendation. I have so many of them. Then I have the ones that I can disturb to a certain level and the ones that I cannot disturb to that level. The ones that are more professional that I can only send email. I have them. I have the ones I can chat as well. I have the ones I'm very close with them. So not only lecturers, if you have like maybe a priest or an organization you have worked for, or maybe you can talk to them, they'll provide recommendation. I've also recommended most of my group members as well through my organization this time around as the founder of Team Up Class, not as Jennifer. I'm recommending them on the capacity I have in the organization. So I think that's all for today's session. If you still want more or you want to get these documents, then you have to register for the mentorship if you have not registered. But everyone benefited from this free training. Then only those in the mentorship will benefit from one-on-one guidance. Even your recommendation review essays, I'm going to review them to make sure that they meet the criteria for a recommendation letter. Okay, so if you have any question, comments, or reaction, you are free to do that. But if there is none, then we are going to call it a day. So I'm waiting questions, comments, reactions. Okay. So I'm going to end this call and I'll see you all. Maybe those in the WhatsApp group, I'll see you all in the WhatsApp group. If you have not joined, you can send me a message. Take care. Bye-bye.